Okay, here's a quick lesson over percent of change. So when you are calculating percentages, often you're talking about percentages being removed or added to a number, but also you can figure out what the percent of change would be when it changes to a new number. So those are the kinds of problems we're going to be looking at today in this lesson. So there are two types, increase and decrease, as far as finding a percent change. But if you use the same formula, you can get the same answers, and you'll see the differences when they happen. So the formula I would say you should use is percent change, double circles for some unknown reason, equals equals new minus old divided by old. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, a lot of people call old original, but basically it's the amount that you started with, okay? And using this formula, we can find the percentage, and we can also use this formula to find a few other things. So let's say we had a problem like this, to where it said your original amount, what is it with the double O's? Original amount was 20 and your new amount was 25. And find the percent change. Okay? If that's what you see, you just plug in these values to find it. So in this case, you would do 25. Helps if I actually have the pen and not the text box. 25, the new, minus the original or old price, divided by the old. That's going to give you 5 over 20. If you plug that into your calculator, you'll get 0.25, and we know that that makes 25%. Okay? So very basic. New minus old divided by old. Okay, so this is a 25% increase. I know it's an increase because it's going from a smaller number to a bigger number. Okay? Now, it can be bigger. For instance, what if you had your original was 55 and your new was 143? Well, that would be 143 minus 55 over 55, and that is math. Do math, Rick. Do math. That's 88 over 55, which is 8 over 5, which is 1.6. So your answer would be 160%. Now make sure every time that you change from the decimal to the percentage. It's a really important thing that you need to notice. And again, that's an increase because the original amount is smaller than the new amount, but that doesn't always happen. So for instance, what if you had that, let's flip it around. What if your original was 20 and your new was 15? Well, I would do 15 minus 20 over 20, and that gives me negative 5 over 20. So that would be negative 0.25. So that is negative 25%, or you might just say that it's a decrease of 25%. That's also an option there. So that is how you can find the percent change. Now, sometimes we need to use this formula in a little bit of a different way, and I'll give you an example. And I'm pulling these examples from the book, so if you want to look over what's in the book, that is an option too. But they say, what if, for instance, it asks you to increase, I don't know why it's writing double, 45 by 20%. Okay? Well, basically, I'm looking for the new amount. Now you could plug it into the formula and set X to be the new, but that's actually going to be a little more complicated, I think, than you want. Okay? What you can do, though, is start with 45 and add an increase of 20%. of 45. So 0.2 times 45. And when you multiply that out, you're going to get 45 plus 9, which is 54. And that was Madeline talking, and you can hear that later on the video. Maybe that's a bonus question. Who talked in the middle of the video? Oh, that'd be Madeline. All right, so that would be an increase of 20%, and those are the kinds of problems that you're going to see when you do these problems. And I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in class.